quite got to these two yet. He's showing you how hard it is, but if he gets across to these two leaders, we may well see these three get together and pull away.
Little assessment about the move from Michele Scarponi. There is Zandio trying to get the rest chasing. There's 6 of them. Insowski has not rejoined, I don't think, so he's still behind. So that's the break of 9, separated 3 and 6 riders.
Scarponi's just got onto that group, not going through yet, so he's using a little bit of his racecraft, and he'll probably try and do as little as possible for a kilometre or so. But I think those 3 will probably attack each other once we get into the finale.
There's the peloton. They look as though they've lost all interest now. They're all massing at the front behind Cameron Worth of the Cannondale team. He's an Australian on the American setup. This is quite a pursuit we've got here. It is. It's a front, isn't it?
3-man pursuit team against a 5-man pursuit team at the moment, and the gap's sort of holding.
Super crowds here now. Well, the man who's worked really hard to win the day is setting the pace, and he's had to repair the damage to reach these two. Martinez in second, and this is something which is becoming commonplace on the stages here in the Vuelta. That's a full turnaround to change direction back again.
Yeah, I think they've got a liking for finding tricky finishes in the Vuelta. That nearly caught a few riders out, so hope it doesn't catch anybody out in the peloton.
Martinez in second place. He has won in his career 1 stage of the Vuelta. He has worn the red jersey, although in his time it was a golden jersey as race leader of this event. He's looking over his shoulder. He's got his best chance ever at the moment. 35 years of age. He realises they've got to keep the pressure on because they're coming back. They are closing the gap, and it is Warren Barguil, the young Frenchman in his first professional year, who's looking over to make the pace and saying, come on. Santo Romita also having to work, the champion of Italy. Now he's the man most likely to, if these boys all come together.
Well, it'll be a really interesting finish, you know, one that might suit Santa Marita, being an uphill finish.
Well, this time they've had to say, let them on. We'll leave ourselves a little bit of space perhaps for a deep breath before we get into the last 2 kilometres. Scarponi says no. Martinez, Koppel, then it's Bauke Mollema.
This is the time for somebody to attack. As it's easing up, somebody attack from the back?
No, from the front, Graham, but there, you're right, and Koppel has gone. Jerome Koppel, who hasn't won a race for quite a while. The last time he performed well was right here in Spain. He was 3rd overall in an early season stage race.
Well, the man who we thought might have been the strongest has been caught out here, hasn't he, Scarponi?
Yeah, he might have made a mistake too, because that gap has suddenly widened open. And look, we're only 1.5 kilometres from the finish. Okay, it's a very tricky finish. It is not a boulevard like we're on at the moment. This is another sting in the tail, and it's not apparent on the race route. But we know there is a very short, steep climb bringing them up to the finishing line. And would you believe they're all looking at each other, and they might be letting them back into the action here over that little speed bump, which completely ruins your rhythm. Barguil is the rider who is now pushing on in the white jersey. Zandio for Sky, as they now are working together. Take a look in the background, trying to come across. Now it looked to me as though it's been Stousti coming across the gap there. It can't be.
The Barguil's gone. He's opened a gap. There's a little bit of hesitancy behind, and he's got a little gap.
Zandio has looked across, and he's missed the move by Igor Martinez, followed by Bauke Mollema. Remember, there's one rider away, Warren Barguil, the French rider, the young Frenchman. This would be sensational if he were to win a stage of a Grand Tour at his first attempt. Here he is. He knows it's the best chance he's got this. He won the Tour de l'Avenir last year, which is the, for want of a better term, the amateur Tour de France, and it's the Tour of the future for promising youngsters, and he won that. And now he's got a chance here.
It's Mollema that's taken up the chase of Barguil. We're just literally about 600 metres from the line. We've got this little dogleg round the roundabout before the climb, and this long, steep climb up to the finish.
Now, can the youngster hold on to this? 21 years of age. The others have tried every move so far, and it doesn't look as though there's any of them wants to try it now.
Now they're all looking at each other. I think he might have this, but it's still a long way to go when it's uphill.
Well, I don't know if he knows about the climb. It's going to hurt him, but he is a man for the mountains. He won the Tour de l'Avenir, which finished in the Grand Bournon, right in the heart of the Alps last year, and he was the overall winner, and this is his biggest moment now. And France may have a new star for the future, and boy, they need one on the list of favourites for next year's Tour de France. Look at that gap, and even though the hill is hard, he's not going to stop now. He is being drawn to the finish. There is a counter move coming behind him by Nocentini, but it's too late because Warren Barguil gets the victory in his first Grand Tour for the Argus Shimano team. That is a huge result. Nocentini over the line, and Mollema, and then Santa Romita, Igor Martinez bringing up the rear. The clock starts now, but unless it goes past 10.5 minutes, there won't be a change in the overall lead today.
Very good win by Barguil, wasn't it? You know, a young rider has been riding well in the early stages of the Vuelta. Had some problems health-wise, but he's come through there and rode that finish there like an old pro.
Well, a minute 19 has passed by since Barguil crossed the finishing line. And this is the Movistar team now taking control at the front, followed by Cannondale of Basso. This is Insowski, I think, coming up here, the rider that fell and got left behind. He's managed to hold off for the moment, but he's still got the little climb up to the line.
Yeah, disappointing for him. He would have loved to have done something today, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Just lack of concentration, that's all it was.
Very unlucky. It was a sharp right bend. It also caught out Danny Moreno, and we don't know if he made it back to the peloton. He wears the green points leader's jersey. But after 2 minutes has passed by, the peloton really did desist, that's for sure. Insowski is okay. He'll finish 10th on the stage as his own teammates here start the warm-up to the finish. And they weren't too far behind him either. As they come up towards the line, it is Scarponi's teammate crossing the line, be Ricchesi. And the white jersey of the world champion Philippe Gilbert, second in the peloton sprint, indicating what might have been if they'd have caught up today. But the good news for Danny Moreno too, he's down there in that group, so he won't lose any time today either. First Grand Tour stage win for this young man here, 21 years of age. He'll be 22 in October. And now he's a major player in his first full season as a professional. France in a form of renaissance are looking to this man in 2 years' time perhaps to be the winner of the Tour de France, because he's already won the build-up race to that, the Tour de l'Avenir, the race of the future.
And Barguil's Grand Tour future has already started, outwitting and outriding a pack of veterans who finished 7 seconds behind him. Further behind, sadly, it was Beñat Inchausti, unable to honour his friend Xavi Tondo with a stage win after his crash. All the big names, including Danny Moreno, finished in the main field 2 minutes 43 down. Well, Warren Barguil has been touted as the next saviour of French cycling ever since winning the Tour de l'Avenir, a fate you wouldn't wish on anyone. But on the evidence of his debut Grand Tour, perhaps he is.
When I attack, I was sure nobody follow me, because before more attack, and it was just 1.5K. It's enough for finish.
Sky got onto the podium today. Xavier Zandio's work in the break helped them take the team prize on the stage, a stage their youngest rider was happy to see the back of.
Luke, you got through that one. How was it?
Oh, that was one of the toughest days so far. I think on paper it didn't look too bad, but that was pretty brutal. They attacked for like first 2 hours, 80k full gas. Yeah, tough day.
This morning you've done 12, now you've done 13.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just taking them off, you know. It's a tough day, but tough for everyone, so yeah, crack on.
It might have been a tough day for Luke Rowe, but it was pretty straightforward for Vincenzo Nibali, and unlike yesterday, not even an incremental change in the time gaps at the top. He still leads by 31 seconds from Nicolas Roche, with Alejandro Valverde and Chris Horner at 46 seconds. Joaquin Rodriguez is at 2 minutes 33. Then come Domenico Pozzovivo, Ivan Basso, and the previous and possibly still future great hope of French cycling, Thibaut Pinot.